Welcome to our video series on occupational hygiene in agriculture. Perhaps more than any other industry, those working in agriculture are exposed to several environmental hygiene hazards that are potentially harmful to their well-being. It's important for you to ensure the health and safety of yourself and your employees or coworkers as they move around, in, or near the workplace. Today we'll be discussing how temperature can be a hazard on your farm and what you can do to help keep everyone safe. For many farmers, working in the heat and cold is seen as part of the job, and the health and safety risks can go unrecognized. The summer months can be a busy time, and this means long hours in the hot sun. This increases the risk of overheating. So, what happens when we are exposed to too much heat? Our body's main defense against overheating is sweating. When our bodies start to get hot, they produce sweat on our skin. This sweat then evaporates and draws heat away from our body. However, in hot, humid weather, the moisture does not always evaporate. It can collect on the skin, causing the body to warm up and the heart to pump more blood to the skin. When this happens, the body starts to sweat excessively, which can lead to heat cramps, heat exhaustion, or even heat stroke. This can become critical when we consider those working in greenhouses. Unlike working outside, where the wind and dry air will help in evaporation, greenhouses are typically enclosed areas designed to allow light in, which in turn creates heat. Since humidity levels in greenhouses can be much higher than the outside, evaporation of the sweat we produce is not as effective, increasing risks of overheating. Heat-related illnesses can happen all year long when working in a greenhouse. So, here are some ways we can keep workers safe from the risk of heat. Get out of the sun and heat. Even when there's lots of work to be done, it is important to incorporate breaks throughout the day. If possible, organize the heavy work for the cooler parts of the day, such as morning and evening, and do the less laborious work during the hotter part of the day. Drink water frequently, even when you don't feel thirsty. Take your time when moving from a cool area to a hot one, such as leaving an air-conditioned vehicle, equipment, or tractor cab. Dress in light-colored clothing made of fabric such as cotton. Laying your clothes also provides the option of taking items on and off as the temperature changes. Wear a hat with a wide brim when working under the sun. Workers taking medication should check with a pharmacist to see if they are more susceptible to heat illnesses. Know the signs and symptoms of heat-related illnesses and how to mitigate the hazard. In addition to heat, excessive cold is a concern and can pose significant health and safety risks. Individuals working in extremely cold or wet weather can experience cold-related injuries such as hypothermia, frostbite, trench foot, and chilblains. There are 4 things to consider when working in cold conditions: air temperature, wind direction and speed, the amount of dampness in the air, and if the work occurs around cold water. All these aspects affect how your body loses heat. An important thing to consider is wind chill. Wind chill is the cooling effect caused by air temperature and the amount of wind. If you are working outside and there is no wind, you will lose heat slower than if you are working in the same air temperature with a strong wind. What can we do when working in cold conditions? If possible, layer your clothing: an outer layer that breaks the wind, a middle layer that retains insulation, and an inner layer that allows for ventilation. Have a change of clothes readily available in case yours become wet. Always wear head and face protection to slow heat loss. Protect your feet from cold and dampness by wearing layered socks inside comfortable, insulated footwear. Protect your hands by issuing insulated gloves. Make sure that a heated shelter or vehicle is available for anyone who has experienced prolonged exposure to wind chill temperatures below 20 degrees Fahrenheit or -6 to -7 Celsius. Avoid tasks that may cause excessive sweating. Maintain energy and hydration by drinking warm, caffeine-free, non-alcoholic beverages. If a job needs to be completed outside, schedule the job for the warmest part of the day. When possible, move outdoor jobs to an enclosed area. Refrain from sitting or standing for prolonged periods during cold weather. Avoid sitting or kneeling on cold, unprotected surfaces. And be sure to acclimatize to the cold before beginning a task. Being able to eliminate working in cold and hot environments is not practical on a farm, but by being aware and knowing how to manage the risks in hot and cold conditions, you will ensure a safer workplace for all.